here in Texas, it's about to get hot. I also saw this in O'Reilly's, which is, I will say, one of the benefits of doing an interior in the summertime when it's hot is we soak just the bottom. And as y'all can see, we don't dry this side off. This side is dirty. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the videos, my name is Mo and this is my channel, Mo Nation. So in this video, I'm going to be showing y'all kind of a process that you could do with working with a vehicle in direct sunlight. Today I'm out in a parking lot. I'm at a person's job. I'm way in the back. There's no shade or anything. We're going to be washing the vehicle in direct sunlight, and I'll show you the process that I use, especially for like bigger vehicles like Tahoes and things like that, for when I'm washing in direct sunlight on a hot summer day, because we are getting there to where here in Texas it's about to get hot. So right now it is 10:06 and it is, I don't know if that's gonna y'all be able to see that, but it is 83 degrees at 10 o'clock in the morning. So in the next hour or so, by the time it hit about 11, or probably by the time I finish with the interior, it's probably gonna be a good 90 degrees, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets close to 100. Hopefully I'm done by then. So when you're dealing with like heat, direct sunlight, in a black vehicle like y'all see right here, sometimes it can be a little hard to clean. So like I said, this is going to be a process of how I kind of do things. As any black vehicle, it's pretty caked up with dirt and stuff. It's not the worst I've ever seen. The inside isn't bad, just your regular dust and dirt and all that stuff. So the inside always cleans up pretty easy. And so what we're doing on this one is what I call my bronze package. It's going to be interior wipe down, vacuum, blow out the cracks and crevices, and then it is going to include an exterior wash as well. So something like this, I charge $150 for. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is always blow out. That's just something that I do. I got a box of microfibers, the ones that I sell on my website. It is 20 per box, so you get 100 of them. I think it's like $15, but I'm gonna have the price pop up. These, the little small microfibers. Today I'm using a box because all my like all-purpose towels are dirty, and I forgot to wash them last night. So this is a great example of when you can use something like this. Essentially, you take the top off. I have both. I have a gray box and I have a pink box, and you just pull out a microfiber. They're little microfibers you can use to wipe down, do a quick little touch up, clean up a mess or anything, you know, good cheap microfibers. Now, I have a little bit sectioned off to give to my customers. What I do is I take one of these boxes, I have these little thank you cards, and I will put a thank you card just telling them thank you for supporting my small business. And that's just a little something that I do. I also saw this in O'Reilly's, which is Turtle Wax hybrid solutions. There's ceramic plus graphene inside job. So it's a cleaner and it protects at the same time. And it says cleaner, it says clean, natural enzymes, safely remove tough stains, encapsulates odors and leave behind a fresh stain. I will say this does smell good, and it's not a very strong smell at the same time. I would compare this to P&S Swift. I would say more so maintenance, interior cleanings and stuff like that. I wouldn't use this on like a full interior cleaning. I'd probably use it as like a last step maybe. But basically, the way I've been using it is I spray a little bit, and I just do like anything else. But to be honest with y'all, it kind of reminds me of P&S Swift, like I said. So in this area right here, it looks like we have a little bit of sunscreen or something like that right here. And you can kind of see right here, I don't know, maybe this a handprint or something, but Let's see if it's gonna clean this up good. So with this right here, you're not gonna want to spray this directly on it because it's gonna fill in those holes. Even when I'm applying like leather conditioner, I always just spray it on whatever towel I'm using and then I wipe instead of just spraying and then wiping. So let's clean this up, see how it's gonna look. It cleaned it, honestly, it did clean it up pretty good. There's a little bit left right here, but it seems like most of it has came off. The only thing about working in direct sunlight when you're doing interiors is that it does get hot, right? Customers are cool to where they'll tell you to turn the vehicle on, turn the AC on or whatever. If you're working on a Tesla, 9 times out of 10, the AC is gonna come on regardless. I will say one of the benefits of doing an interior in the summertime when it's hot is that if you're doing a full interior detail, the seats dry quick as hell. So that's one of the benefits. So I'm finished with the inside. The inside took me about like 45 minutes. I got 45 minutes, an hour for me moving the camera around and all that good stuff. So really that's not that long. So here's the process that we're gonna do is basically, we're gonna do the wheels first. I'm gonna do the bugs after the wheels, pre-soak, and then after the pre-soak, rinse, and then we're gonna foam on the regular pH neutral soap and wash. And that's where you're gonna get to see the process that I do whenever I'm dealing with direct sunlight and a hot sunny day. A good tip about the wheels is if the customer had been driving or something, like these are not bad. Sometimes if the customer's been driving, the wheels will be hot. What you can do is you can rinse it off and cool it down with the water. When it comes to cleaning wheels on like a hot day, don't be trying to be Superman. Do the wheels one at a time. If you're working by yourself, don't try to go and spray this wheel and spray that wheel. Hurry up and come here, do this wheel, and then go to that wheel. Because a lot of times what can happen is you letting the stuff sit on the other wheel too long and it can end up staying in that wheel. Then you have a bigger problem on your hand. Do the wheels one at a time if you have to on a hot day. Now, if you're working inside or it's not a hot day, then do what you got to do. But for the most part, on a really hot day, I'm gonna spray these wheels. I'm not even gonna let the Dark Fury dwell too long because that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea with any type of chemical, to be honest with you. When you're working outside, the dwell time is totally different if you're working inside. A lot of times when they say let it dwell, it's not factoring in if you are working outside. So what I do, I spray Dark Fury on here. I sit down. It may be sitting on there for like 2-3 seconds, and I get to agitating the wheel. As I'm agitating, it's still dwelling on the wheel and stuff. And then I also have a little bit of green oil inside my bucket with my wheel tools and all that stuff. And then I rinse it off. If I have to come back and touch up on the wheel, that's totally fine. The next step. So if you're dealing with a bigger vehicle, what you're gonna wanna do is, I use Dark Fury for the bugs. You spray it on, you spray it off. Obviously, hot day, you don't want it to sit on there too long. And that's with any chemical. So if you have to, what you could do is maybe spray half of the vehicle, like you see me doing here. So you let it sit for a little bit and then you go straight to rinsing it off. Even if you're using an all-purpose cleaner, I don't want it dwelling on there for a long time because it can mess something up when you're working out in the heat. I'm gonna repeat the same process on the other side. I'm finished with the bug removal, right? Got all the bugs out the front. We're gonna move on to a pre-soak. The reason why I'm doing a pre-soak is because there's a lot of heavy dirt on the bottom of the vehicle. What I'm gonna do is pre-soak just the bottom. The top is fine, it's just dusty. And even with this, we're gonna let it sit on there for like a minute or two, and then we're gonna rinse it off. What I'm using is an all-purpose cleaner, which is green all. And then as you rinsing off the vehicle, you want to go ahead and rinse off the top of it as well. All right, so now it's time to go ahead and start doing hand washes. The way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna foam half the vehicle, and I'm gonna go and do the hand wash, rinse it off, dry it off, and then I'm gonna do the other half. Now, the way that I decide which side I start on first is if whatever side the sun is on is normally the side that I start on first. Go ahead and rinse it off. What I do whenever I'm rinsing it off, I'm gonna go ahead and push everything to the other side just because I'm about to foam that side down. All right, so when you're washing out in direct sunlight, you're gonna wanna have like some type of drying aid. As y'all can see, the water's flat on here, right? And my drying aid is Formula 4. So basically, I don't have too much left because I forgot to refill. It's just one of those days where I forgot to do a lot of stuff. So essentially what you're gonna do is spray your drying aid on here. As y'all can see, it made the water bead up, and then you can see how now the water is sheeting and it's beating up, and it's gonna make it 10 times easier to dry off. So you can see the difference between this. I didn't spray any drying aid on. Over here I did, and you can see how the water just clinging. Over here the water done slid off. So there's not that much to dry off on this door, but. And as y'all can see, we done dried this side off. And then this side, we got some holograms too, man. This side is dirty. We're gonna do the other side. So when you rinse it off, you wanna push everything to this side. And so, see, I'm gonna push everything to the other side. And angle it just enough to where it's not flying all over the top of the vehicle. And push, and you wanna have it kind of angled down. So what I normally do is I use the same drying towel, right? To dry off this side. And your drying towel is gonna be wet already. It's gonna be a little wet, which is perfect. That way, when you're drying off and there's a little bit on that side, you can use the drying towel to wipe that up as well. Washing in direct sunlight is very possible. You just gotta come up with a process that works best for you. So the very last step that I do is just do a quick little wipe down. And basically what I did with this one is an interior like mini detail, just like a wipe down vacuum, maintenance style type stuff. And as y'all can see, you could definitely wash your vehicle outside in the sun. It's just a process. Altogether, it took me around 2.5 hours, and that's including moving the camera around, turning it on, turning it off, getting the equipment ready and stuff. So really, that's not that bad. Something like this, normally I could probably knock it out in a good 2 hours, probably a little less than that maybe. But 2.5 hours isn't that bad, to be honest, saying that I'm working out here in the sunlight. But yeah, for black, it cleans up really great. Black always looks good when it's not dirty. And then for this seat where I use that turtle wax inside cleaner, it actually cleaned it up really good. A little bit right here, but cleaned it up really good. It's more like a satin matte type shine, but. So I'm about to go ahead and wrap everything up. Thank you for watching. I hope you have had a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.